Welcome to Books in the Freezer, a podcast dedicated to the deliciously disturbing world of horror fiction. I'm your host, Stephanie, and today I am joined by William Sterling, the editor of the upcoming Punk Goes Horror anthology, contributing author Wendy Dalrymple, and Kristina Osborn, the editor in chief of Trueborn Press. And today we are talking rock horror. So, welcome to the show, everyone.
Thank
Woo!
you.
Thank you.
I remember being so excited when this project was announced because it's just a fun concept, but like
Mhm.
the table of contents reads like a mixtape, like a fun track list. So where did the idea come from?
That's perfect. The mixtape vibe was exactly what I was going for. So yes. First vote of affirmation for my weird little ideas. The idea kind of came from it stemmed off from Patrick Barb, who is releasing an anthology right around now. I think it's been out for a minute. Called "And One Day We Will Die." It is an anthology inspired by Neutral Milk Hotel songs.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. I haven't got my hands on it yet, but Patrick's great, and like everything he does is great. So I saw that was coming out, and I had been kind of rolling around in my head for a while the idea of doing a My Chemical Romance sort of a thing on that with the Black Parade. There's a big story behind that, and trying to do songs inspired by that. So when Patrick Barb announced the Neutral Milk Hotel idea, I reached out to Brandon Applegate, who runs Hungry Shadow Press, and asked him, hey, if you're thinking about this, if you want to try to make a series out of this, I've got another one in the can that I'd love to spearhead for you, if that's a thing. He said no for various reasons that made a lot of sense, but the idea kept kind of floating around in my mind, and I started talking to Brian McCauley about it, and he was kind of the first invited author that I brought into the fold on this thing, and just from talking to him and then talking to Kristina about it and everybody else, it kind of morphed from just being My Chemical Romance centric to being let's make this wide. Let's let people pick
Yeah.
what inspires them the most, and here we are now.
I love that. It's kind of like those Punk Goes Pop albums.
Yeah.
I used to love
Exactly.
those like covers.
Yeah.
So on the call out, was there certain parameters as to like what kind of music, what kind of songs people could pick for their stories? You said you broadened it a little bit.
Yeah, the original call was for punk or punk adjacent songs. And I think I threw out that it could be emo songs or glam rock songs or any other type of songs. Because when the call first went out, I didn't really know what the anthology was going to end up looking at like myself. So it kind of formed itself through the open call process. As I was reading the stories, we got probably, I think it was 120, 125 submissions by the end of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Out of those, there were probably 30 or 40 that were really great stories that we could have formed an anthology around. But the 15 that we ended up going with all had kind of these through lines of righteous anger and anarchy and standing up for yourself and just these very at their core punk sorts of mentalities that played so well together.
Yeah.
And then they're also so varied at the same time. There's cosmic horror, there's body horror. Despite that central theme, these stories also went wide with it somehow. I don't know how to describe that without putting the anthology in people's hands, but it was cool seeing it all come together around that concept, and it kind of making itself through these authors.
Yeah. One thing I liked reading through was a lot of them making nods to other lyrics in the song. Like it's not just like they took the title and went wherever with it, which is fun. Like I like that. But as you're reading the story, if you know the lyrics, you can see the nods that they're making to the songs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what kind of rock did you guys listen to growing up?
I mostly listened to as a kid, I listened to 80s hair metal. I'm 40 now, so it makes sense. But like once I was in high school, I listened to more like metal and all of that. So Kitty, all of like that type of stuff, harder stuff. So whenever William said like, "Oh, I'm gonna do punk," I was like, "Oh, okay, I know some punk." No, I do not, because the bands that a lot of the authors referenced, no idea. So that's why William went through first, because I would have been totally lost. There's no way I would have been able to do it. But yeah, that's what I mostly listen to.
Yeah, there was a few songs I had to look up where I'm like, this is
Yeah.
beyond me.
I was big into grunge when I was in high
Yeah.
school. I was a teenager in the mid '90s to late '90s, and so like Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains,
Oh yeah.
all the girl grunge bands, Garbage, Veruca Salt. Those were like my bread and butter back when I was a teenager.
I love that. I've kind of recently gotten into that. Last fall, I got really into like Hole.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
My friends and I are doing this like project right now where we're looking through the NPR 150 greatest albums by women, and we're in a group chat and we pick one album a day and we're kind of like making our way through the list. So
I
that's
love
been
that.
Oh,
fun. Yeah. Starting in like the 60s to 2017 when they made the
oh
list. So
wow.
that's been fun. And it's got like punk, it's got a bunch of like crazy stuff.
Yeah, what's a gem you've found going through there that you might not have found otherwise?
Oh my gosh, we listened to Celia Cruz was a big hit with all of us. Like we did not think we liked this like Latin dance music.
Mm.
Erica Badu, just
Whoa,
like
yeah.
yeah, stuff I don't think I would have sought out on my own. But
Hmm.
and then reiterating my love for things I already knew. Like we did Holes, Live Through This, and PJ Harvey's Rid of Me.
I'm making notes as you're talking.
It's a
That
good list.
that's been so much of the fun of all of this. So like y'all said, there were a couple of bands that you had to go look up after you saw them in the anthology and songs, and just the joy of discovery is so much of a core of this and any good mixtape, I feel like.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to act like I knew every single song that came through as it came through, like, but there are some that the story got submitted and the story was so strong that it was like, okay, I need to go back and see how this connects to the song. Perfect example, Ian A. Bain wrote a story for Gouge Away's Uproar / second song that connects to it, Until Every Cage is Empty. And the story is this very like anti-animal testing, Frankenstein sort of a mashup. And it's like, this is so cool. If this connects to the song at all, that song's going to be a banger. And it is. It is this very loud, very hardcore, very in your face, sort of a rage songs. And yeah, just discovering that through him was so cool.
Do you have like a playlist linked for people to listen to with like all the songs that are on the track? You do? Okay.
Yes, I've got two playlists made. I posted both of them on the neo-Nazi site that shall not be named anymore, and I'm reposting them now on Blue Sky and Threads, even
Hmm.
though they have their own issues, whatever. But I've got one playlist that is made up of every single song that got submitted to us,
Oh wow.
whether they followed the submission guidelines or not, whether they were actually punk adjacent or not, whatever. We just threw them all on there. And then I've got a second one that I just linked yesterday. So if you go find me on Blue Sky and scroll back just a second, it is a playlist of the songs in the anthology in the order of the anthology. So you can kind of hit play and just kind of go along as you read.
All right. Perfect. I will post those in the show notes. Wendy, how did you decide on your song for your story?
Oh man, well when I saw that William had the call out and I saw it was with Kristina's press and I saw all of the other people involved in it, I knew I had to write something. I love writing horror stories that are revolving around music anyway. I was in another anthology for a Kate Bush inspired
Oh.
horror story anthology before. So, but with this one, I just immediately, like, it just all came together for me. I originally chose a story. There's like it's inspired by Hole and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and another band called Glass Candy and the Shattered Theater, and they're very niche. They're like not a lot of people know about them. But the lead singers of all three of these bands are very. They have like this great stage presence, very screamy voices, very glam rock in a way, while also being punk. And so I just use them kind of as the inspiration for this girl group band and the horror story that goes with it.
I love that. All right. Well, should we talk about some rock horror movies?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think the first one that came to mind, I guess leaning more into punk, was Green Room. Have you guys
Yes.
watched that?
Yeah. Isn't there like a broken bone scene in it?
Yes, there is.
Oh, there's so
Yeah,
many
it
scenes.
There's so I'm like,
it
which
yeah, because that is like the thing that bothers me. Like, I don't get like a brain could just explode out of someone's head and be like, huh, eating spaghetti, but a pinky that goes like this, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out.
I feel like everyone has like their one thing. Like mine
Oh
is
yeah.
eyeballs. I hate eyeball trauma.
Oh, and that's all that books have been lately is like eyeball stuff.
It's because they know they're doing it just for me.
Oh yeah.
Punk rock band stuck in a green room. They witness something they should not have witnessed. They play at this neo-Nazi bar and realize they are not going to be allowed to leave alive because of what they have witnessed. So they are trying to get out. And oh my gosh, like the performances from everyone, but Patrick Stewart as like head neo-Nazi,
Yeah,
chilling.
it
Amazing.
is.
I was like, no, you can't do that. You're Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I kept the whole time I was watching the movie, I was looking for a redemption arc for him or something. It was like, it's Patrick Stewart. He's got to end up being the good guy, right? Right?
Yeah,
Right?
no.
No, very no. Very, very
Nope,
no.
nope, nope,
Oh,
nope.
I do love that. I had Deathgasm on here, which I did not get a chance to rewatch, and it has been a minute since I have watched that. You guys seen that one?
No.
I've never seen it.
Oh man, it is the movie with that meme where it's like the two sides of my personality, and it's like the one rocker guy in like corpse paint, and then the girl next to him on the bench in like
Yeah.
pink frilly.
Okay.
It's from that movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. Context.
Wendy, I saw you added Jennifer's Body on here, which
Oh, well,
I
yeah, and
love, of
I'll talk
course.
about Jennifer's Body at any time I get
Yeah.
a chance, of course. But no, I love that one for rock horror and that it was like making a deal with the devil kind of thing for fame. And then just the way that they did the whole like indie sleaze rocker thing of that, it was so of that era. And so yeah, I think even though it's not like totally a rock and roll movie, I think it has enough of it in there to be considered.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
even with the soundtrack alone,
Yeah.
because it like whenever I just remembered they played Hole, like I think towards the end or something, like during the credits. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, I forgot all about it. And then I
Well,
was
and
like,
I forgot that there was a whole song called Jennifer's Body. And like they didn't
oh,
even play it in the movie, but I think it would have been too on the nose, you know?
yeah.
Adam Brody also great performance as
Oh,
sleazy
Oh yeah.
front man
yeah.
performing at this.
Doesn't care.
Guys, they're giving like 5% of their proceeds. I saw it on Wikipedia.
They're such good people.
All right. And Christina, I saw you have Studio 666 on here, which I still have not watched.
Yeah, it's with Dave Grohl and his
Mhm.
band and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's a comedy, but it's a terrible movie. Like
So bad.
like it's hilarious and just goofy and funny deaths and stuff like that, but it's super long and like it's just not that good. But epitome of rock and punk and everything. Like I know it's Foo Fighters and they're not exactly punk, I guess, but it made me think this is like the only thing I could come up with, really.
They're still rock though. We're doing kind of like
Yeah.
a broad rock umbrella, and they
Yeah.
definitely fall under that.
Yeah. We watched it for the first time like a week ago, and my friend's comment was that it was the dad rock of horror movies. It was like, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there it is right there.
Yeah.
I could say that for the dads.
All the cheesy dad jokes worked in that the Foo Fighters probably thought were brilliant while they were writing it.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of my list. I had
Okay.
Green Room and Studio 666 on the front of my mind, but it's one of these genres that like, you say rock horror and it just feels like there's such a depth here, but then you think about it for a second, it's like there's really not that many entries here, even though
Yeah.
there's so much crossover between like you go to a metal show and there's
Mhm.
horror imagery everywhere. Like Ice Nine Kills exist doing their whole thing. Like there's
Yeah.
so much crossover between these two
Mhm.
mediums and genres and everything else that it feels like there should be way more rock horror movies.
Yeah.
Sure there are. I mean, there's the new metal of Queen of the Damned.
Uh,
Lestat
Yes,
comes back as a new metal frontman,
oh my gosh.
awakens from his slumber.
forgot about that. Yep,
All right, well, are we ready to talk about some books?
Yeah,
always.
I can start us off with Schrader's Chord by Scott Leeds. Have you guys read this one?
I
Mm-mm.
haven't read it, but I know it.
It was a ton of fun. So essentially, this takes place after the death of Charlie's father. He returns to Seattle for the funeral. He had a strained relationship with his father, and he finds that his dad left him two things: the keys to the family record shop and a box containing four ancient records that, when played, can basically open the gate to the land of the dead. His sister and his two friends decide to play these records, and they do indeed open a gate to the land of the dead. And now they are cursed and they are running out of time and have to solve this mystery. And the only person that can help him is Charlie's dead father, which they are able to bring back. But one thing I liked about this was the way that they do it. They're at this record shop and they have to play all four records at the same time
Oh, interesting.
for it to work. So kind of like the trying things out until they finally figure it out. And then, like I mentioned, this unlocks a curse on all of them, and they all kind of start to get picked off one by one, like Final Destination style. And
Awesome.
also, they now see dead people everywhere, like everywhere they go. So just kind of, and they're being hunted down because people want these records. It's just a lot of things all happening at once, but it was so fun. There is definitely like a love of music all throughout because his dad owned this family record shop. It was a passion they both had. Charlie is a musician who like leaves his tour to go to his father's funeral and somehow ends up with this curse. So it's just kind of like a love of music woven throughout, and I do love the cover with like the record and the skull with
Yeah.
headphones. It's very striking. So I had a lot of fun with that. I would say that was a fridge novel. There are some gnarly deaths that these people meet. That was Schrader's Chord by Scott Leeds.
That feels like a lot of moving parts.
It is. It's a thick one.
Like all the different things you just kept mentioning
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's a thick one, but they all do come together. All the different threads. Okay,
Dig
who
it.
wants to go next?
Oh, I can talk about J.A.W. McCarthy's Sleep Alone, her novella. I read this one when it first came out, and I just revisited this week so I could remember a few things. I loved this one. It's written so beautifully, for one thing, and then just the different take on it's like vampires in a rock band, but they're not really vampires. It was really interesting. They're succubus. It's not like a spoiler or anything, but it was very immersive the way that she wrote the club scenes. That made me feel like I was back in my early 20s and all the sleazy dive bars I went to see all the bands, and just the way that it was like a vampire family. What was the one about the vampires in the van? And I wish I had remembered the name of this
Near
one.
Dark.
Yeah,
Yes,
Near
you
Dark.
knew it. Yeah, it reminded me of Near Dark a little bit in a
Yeah.
way. The way that they were kind of a ragtag group but they were musicians, and they kind of had to go from place to place. But it was just and it's a novella, so it's super fast. I love novellas.
Mhm.
But I just really appreciated the different take on the vampire lore
Yeah.
and rock with that one.
I really liked that
Hmm.
one. Like that she's a merch girl for this
Hmm.
band, and like all these, this is kind of just like a never ending tour to find people to prey on.
Yeah, and
Their
I think it's
succubi.
just I think it probably is if I've never been in a band, but I can only imagine that it must feel like a never-ending cycle, like being a vampire or like being something that feeds off of something else. It's just like you're always hungry. You're
Yeah.
always just looking for the next thing and never feeling fulfilled. And that really comes across in the story.
I really liked that. Would you mind saying the title again
It
for our
was
listeners?
Sleep Alone by J.A.W. McCarthy.
Follow-up question. You've never been in a band?
No. No.
Okay, when I was reading your story for Punko's Horror, had this headcanon that you were writing from experience because of the way you framed all of their conversations and like everything they were
Oh,
worried
well,
about.
that's great. I should make that part of my lore then.
Just rewrite it.
You were in a grungy band for like 6 months in your youth, and you played a couple of shows,
Yeah.
and nobody will find
It
you
was
when you look it up.
we were Violet Beauregard. We did Veruca Salt covers. That was me.
My recommendation for this was Zachary Ashford's Polyphemus. I picked this one for a bunch of reasons. One, it is about a metal band that was right on the verge of their big break, and then their lead singer screwed it all up. And they are on kind of this path of redemption with the lead singer fresh out of rehab and trying to get back into the band and trying to get them their big second shot at things, and the band kind of being on the fritz of, are they going to do this anymore? Their lives are pulling them in 30 different directions. So to effectively to make it happen, we get a pact with the devil, and everything goes very, very wrong in very like metal sorts of ways. The way he writes the band scenes, kind of like I was talking about with Wendy a second ago, it feels very honest. It feels very genuine. He clearly has this deep, deep, deep love of rock and roll music and the creation process for it that comes across through the writing. And then when he cuts loose and the bodies hit the floor, and it is this gory, spectacular mess said in a loving way. But I really love the story. His writing is on point. I also wanted to give this one kind of a nudge and a boost and a amplification, because it originally came out through Darklit Press, and like right as it had all its traction going, all of the Darklit Press stuff happened. So it's been republished with Encyclopocalypse in Apocalypse.
I always have a hard time with
Yeah.
that one too.
Yeah, that one.
It's been republished through another publisher, and everybody that was kind of on the fence about it because of the old situation, you can give it a shot now, and it's amazing. And I wanted to vouch for it.
Okay, I need to check that out.
The cover of that one is so cool too.
Yes, it's the skull with this like demon dragon thing weaving through the chest piece. It's so good.
So I couldn't really think of any because I read Volpe's Death. I don't remember what it's even called. I'm terrible with title names, terrible. But it's with vampires on tour, I believe, and
Oh,
there's scenes I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to talk about that. But I tried, or I'm like halfway through one. It's called Toured to Death by John Wayne Cominali. I forget. I don't know how to pronounce his last part of his name. But if you see him, he is a rock star. Like at AuthorCon, he has a full setup at his table. He plays music and everything because I guess he used to tour and stuff. So that book, it's on Kindle Unlimited too. But
okay.
that book, you're going on a tour and it has tour dates and stuff. And then each chapter is just kind of like a ghost story of while on tour. And I liked the fact so far that he's done different things, like the sound guy. There's like a story about the sound guy and the guitarist, and I don't ever read anything about like the people behind the scenes,
Yeah.
you know. So I really appreciate it, and it's very, very, very mild because looking at him, he like wears eyeliner and he has half of his head shaved. So I thought it was going to be crazy, but it's mild. It surprised me. So I would recommend that for people who don't really like a bunch of gore or blood and all of that splattery stuff. Because Volpe's book was very splattery. And then this is just different and mellow. So I would say that.
I love that. What was that title again?
Toured to Death by John Wayne. Oh, I want to say Kamal. I don't know. I'm sorry.
We'll link it in the show notes.
Yeah.
And I think I found the name of that first book you were talking about, Daniel J. Volp's A Gift of Death. Could that have been it?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. It has like a vampire. Well, I think the original had a vampire on it. I don't know if he changed it. But yeah, just moments where I was just in shock. And that takes a lot and just grossed me out.
So someone out there is excitedly going to check that out because you said that, though. They're like,
Yeah.
yes, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I will add all of those to the show notes. But
Thank you.
one tradition we have on this show is to ask our guests for a chilling obsession or something they've been enjoying in horror lately. Movie, show, podcast, book. So what have you guys been enjoying lately?
Well, I just started Yellow Jackets season 3 yesterday, so I'm totally excited about that. There's only 2 episodes available right now, so I have to wait every Friday now, I guess, for a new one like we used to have to do in the old days.
Gross.
But yeah, I love that show. And again, I think we can talk musicality with that one because there's just so much. Like I feel like a teenager again every time I watch that show, because it is. They were teenagers when I was a teenager, and they're my age now. And just the theme song for that show, I feel like it's new. It was written for the show, but it feels like a lost track from the '90s. It feels
Yeah.
like it, and it really goes with the theme of the show. And so yeah, obviously I'm obsessed with that one. Yeah, Yellow Jackets.
I love that. I've only watched the first episode and I watched it this morning. But yeah, oh god, the music on that show is so great. The
Yeah.
first episode had the cake cover of I Will Survive too.
I haven't seen the first episode of season 3 yet, but I am the biggest Yellow Jacket stan. We'll make a side group chat to keep up with her, Wendy.
I think is it called After? I never remember the name of it. It's probably not After because no one's reacting. Let me look it up first.
From. Is that what you're going
From,
for?
thank you. From. Yeah. It oh my gosh. I always say After. I don't know why. But it's fun. It's very fun with people. They get stuck in this weird town
Hmm.
and they're all from different places and they end up on the same road that blocks them and then they go turn around and then they end up in this town and they can't get out. And just the whole premise is really cool and it's just super weird. And I guess the guy who worked on Lost or wrote Lost or something, he's a part of the show and it gives the perfect vibe of Lost.
Oh, interesting.
It's just like, what is going on? Because usually I can predict things fairly well with my ADHD mind and stuff, but this it throws me every episode. I'm like, what is going on? Like, just so weird. But it's also brutal because there's these vampire monster things that come out at night, and if you look at them, they can look like someone that you love that died or something, and they try to get in your house. And then once you let them in, then they just rip you apart. It's
No, I hate that. That's like one of my most hated things in horror is mimics. Ugh, no.
oh yeah.
A lot of people have been talking about this one. That's another one I need to finally get around to. It looks really
Mhm.
good.
It is.
My chilling obsession right now, I guess, is coming of age horror.
Okay.
I've got a novella coming out next year that's going to be middle grades, and I've got a novel coming out next year with Slay House that's going to be a coming of age horror. So I'm trying to do my research as we're going down the editing rabbit hole. But McCammon's Boy's Life, I'm rereading that right now. Malfi's Black Mouth, I just read that for the first time, and oh my gosh, it's so delicious. What else? Bridge to Terabithia, not horror, but we're going back to that again. Why not?
Devastating.
I mean, yeah, devastating enough that maybe
I'd
we
say
call
it's
it.
horror adjacent,
Is it
yeah.
good enough? Oh, trauma.
Yeah.
But yeah, just grabbing all the coming of age stuff I can find and re-engaging with that.
Oh, I love
Mhm.
that. I love coming of age horror.
Yeah. I think.
Recommendations? What should
Yeah,
I
I
throw
was
on
Oh,
my
gonna
coming of
man.
age
say.
pile
Oh,
next?
man.
I was gonna say Chad Lutsky does coming of age really well. Like his more recent one with the butterfly. I don't remember obviously the name of it,
Okay.
but it's sad and stuff, but done really, really well.
Yeah, sorry, rock horror. I'm hijacking the episode here for a second.
One I really like, it's a weird one, and I don't even know if it really falls into horror, is Spontaneous.
Okay.
It was a smaller movie, but it's about a high school class that inexplicably start to just explode.
Oh,
What?
And like
bloody
they tried
explode or just
like into a bloody mess, like a just
okay.
like a spontaneous, like you just
Interesting.
explode. Um and it is like surprisingly heartfelt. Like I cry every time I watch it, but I'm assuming it's supposed to be kind of a allegory for like school shooting, how at any moment
Yeah.
things could happen. But
Yee.
yeah, I mean, there's like definitely some just gnarly explosion scenes where you don't expect it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. On the list.
But also like cute and loving and sweet and tender. I don't know.
Are they in high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I can deal with that. Like if it
Just
was
a
like
little
little
better.
kids, I'm like,
Oh no, yeah.
ugh, oh, I don't know anymore.
Yeah. And it seems to literally be only this class in high school. It's like they're really trying to figure out what it is about this specific group of people.
Interesting.
Moving on to the second tradition on this show, which I think is perfect for a rock horror episode, is to
Yeah.
ask you guys for your final girl songs. It's something I ask every guest, and I keep their answers in an ongoing playlist. So,
I love
what
the
are
playlist so much.
your
Thank you for
final
this.
girl songs?
Well, I can start with mine. Mine is Shame by Stabbing Westward, which they're not my favorite band, but that song is really great for especially for running. Like when I was big into running, I would do these playlists where I would, you
Yeah.
try to get into your head like somebody's chasing me and that's gonna keep me going, right? But this song is basically about an obsessed boyfriend and the music video that goes along with it. I think I like the music video even more than I like the song because the music video is like a horror movie intercut at the same time with the band playing. And the horror movie is about like this escaped mental patient who is coming back. He found his girlfriend who he was supposed to like not, be in contact with. And as the movie is going on, the band members start leaving one by one while they're playing to go watch the movie until the end where the movie and the reality intertwine, I guess, and it all comes together. But it was such a fun original concept for a music video and it fit the song so well. But anyway, yes, so if I'm ever chased by a killer, that song will be going through my head as I hopefully don't die.
You're
Yeah,
like, gotta
you'll be
turn my
like,
AirPods on real quick.
yeah, you're like, yeah, wait.
I'll
Let
be like,
me,
wait a minute, have you heard of this song yet?
yeah.
Go.
Okay, I guess I'll go. The band is Kitty, Kittie, and it's Blackish. It's like one of their first singles, and it's just brutal and just hard and screaming, angry girls. But the first line is, "She's not scared to die." So I was like, that would be perfect
Yeah,
because it's a
that is
really hard song.
nice. That
That's the
sounds like
one.
final girl energy.
Yeah, that's the song I go for whenever, because I work with younger people, like 22-year-olds, and they're always like, "What did you listen to in high school?" I'm like, "I got a song for you." And then I put it on, they're like terrified. I'm like, "I thought they were so cool and I wanted to wear dog collars and pierce my face too and da da da." It's great.
For mine, I went with Against Me's Black Me Out. Very different energy from both of y'all's. It isn't the like running away from the killer song. It's more of the all right, the killer's dead, and like Samara weaving at the end of Ready or Not. I'm gonna sit down
Yeah.
and have a smoke while everything burns behind me.
Hmm.
Ah, I love that.
The yeah, the whole premise of the song is like Laura Jane Grace is done putting on a face for people and pretending to be somebody she's not, just to appease everyone around her. And it's basically like the F you, I'm done with you, get out of my life. Just black me out if you need to, but I'm dead to you and I'm doing my own thing now. I'm going to go be me. And yeah, it's just the whole thing from the like soft opening to when the whole band comes crashing in. It all just has this cool final girl energy.
Ooh, that does. That sounds like it. Right. Well, I am excited to add all of those to the playlist. They all sound like really good additions.
Yeah,
Ooh,
thank you.
would you mind telling our listeners when Punk Goes Horror is going to be out in the world?
Punk Goes Horror is coming out on March 11th, 2025.
All right, awesome. And where can people find you online?
For me, I'll go ahead and go first. You can find me online at spooky_Sterling on Blue Sky and Threads nowadays. Oh, and Instagram. Yay, Instagram.
So I have a YA horror novella coming out actually this Tuesday, February
Oh,
18th, Birthday Party Demon. This one's very much inspired by The Craft and Jennifer's Body, and it's set during a 16th birthday sleepover. There's Ouija boards, there's snacks, there's all sorts of teenage hijinks, and that's coming out from Mad Axe Media February 18th. And then this summer, I have a gothic novel called Credenza coming out from Quill and Crow. And so, yeah, that's going to be announced soon. But you can find me. I'm mostly active on Instagram and Threads these days. I'm also on Blue Sky and TikTok, but not as much. Wendy Dalrymple writes. And you can find me everywhere.
all right.
And then for me, I'm my Trueborn Press. It's at Trueborn Press everywhere. I'm mostly active on Instagram and Blue Sky a little bit, but yeah, that's mostly where I'm at. And if my personal one, you can find it on there. It's nw.reader, I think. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, thank you all for chatting with me this morning about Punk Goes Horror and rock horror.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Thank you.
Books in the Freezer is a bi-weekly podcast. We post episodes every other Tuesday. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok at Books in the Freezer, or you can send us an email at booksinthefreezer@gmail.com. Show notes for this episode and all previous episodes are at booksinthefreezer.com, where you can find a list of the books and movies mentioned, as well as links to the several different ways you can support the podcast, including leaving a review and becoming a Patreon supporter. I have been your host, Stephanie Gagne. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next time on Books in the Freezer.